Now, what I'm hearing actually is it makes more sense what you're saying than what I won't say hear, what I see from Donald Trump every day. Here's the reason why. Because at 8 a.m. every day, I've got to look at the screen and see Donald Trump's tweets, where Donald Trump is eviscerating anyone who's in his path that does not agree with him. What's up with that?
I think it's a sign of a personally proud and very sensitive person who probably is not tolerant of criticism. He's not. You probably not.
Right, you're being very kind.
Well, nobody's saying this guy is ideal. He obviously has weaknesses. I don't think he's as articulate as he should be. His rhetoric is always in one direction. It's always tends to be. He's always on the attack or counterattack. I think people will get used to that, and they'll tend to disregard it and say, well, that's just Donald Trump being Donald Trump. I did a lot of that at General Motors.
I know.
And I probably talked too freely to the media, and I talked too freely in meetings and so forth. And after about my first year at General Motors, the phrase was, well, that's just Bob Lutz being Bob Lutz.
But see, the difference is you made sense. A lot of what we see from Donald Trump, because we know what he's going to tweet about at, the night before,
Yeah.
because someone has said something about him that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
And sometimes it seems like his tweets are stepping on his message, and now his cabinet, you said something about schizophrenic. Are we living in,
Yeah.
do we have a schizophrenic cabinet? Because we'll find Donald Trump will say one thing one day.
Right.
He'll say, I hate NATO.
Yeah.
And then Mike Pence has to go and say, no, we love NATO.
Look, but it speaks for the guy in that he has said, I appointed independent thinkers to my cabinet, and they're not going to be under my thought control. I selected them because they're smart and they know their areas and they're going to run their part of the business. So I think he probably, and I don't know this for a fact, but he probably uses the same methodology that I did when I was at General Motors, where when I first got there, I told all my people, I said, look, I'm going to say a lot of things. Some of them are top of the head. Some of them are bias. Some of them are just nonsensical, and some of them are good. And you people are going to have to sort out the wheat from the chaff, because I talk a lot and I say a lot of stuff, but you people are running your chunk of the business. And if you ever see me out of line or you don't agree with what I say, don't rush off and do what I say. If you feel it doesn't make sense, come back and talk to me about it. In fact, take me on in a meeting. I don't mind. And I imagine he probably runs the place much the same way. I think that he's got, in my judgment, a very good cabinet of highly experienced professionals, and they're going to do the right thing. And I think Donald Trump is a figurehead. He is like an engine. And if you look at the administration as a whole automobile, Donald Trump is this very powerful engine that we've never had before. It's got 650 horsepower. It consumes a lot of fuel. It makes a lot of noise. It rattles. It disturbs people and everything. But he's got other people manning the steering wheel, manning the brakes, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a difficult balance. He provides the drive. He doesn't provide the detail running of it. And these folks are going to do a good job.